Hello everyone, welcome again to your visual learning. It's English time again. Don't forget to bring the following materials with you. You need your reader's writer's notebook, your pencil, and of course, your copy notebook. Today is your grammar lesson and we will revise the following lessons. Lesson 9, using I and me. Lesson 10, different kinds of pronouns. Lesson 11, using capital letters. And Lesson 12, prepositions and prepositional phrases. Let's begin with your Lesson 9, the use of I or me. When you write about yourself, you use the pronouns I or me. If the pronoun appears in the subject of a sentence, use I. Take a look at the example. I was late for school. I is our subject and was late for school is our predicate. So we use I as a subject. Next, if the pronoun appears in the predicate part of the sentence, use me. Sherry went home with me. Sherry is our subject. Went home with me is our predicate. So we will use me. Look, children. If you notice, we use I in the beginning of the sentence and me, we put it at the end of the sentence. Let's move on. Using I and me with another name. Sometimes we combine the pronouns I and me with another person. Example, Betsy and I. You cannot say Betsy and me. Betsy and I like to read. So I use I. Next sentence. The TV was too loud for Rob and me. The TV was too loud for Rob and me. So I use me in a sentence. Okay? Next. When using I and me with another person, always put other person's name first. When using I and me with another person, always put other person's name first. You try it. Find the sentence that correctly uses I and me. Which sentence is correct? I worked for hours or me worked for hours? Can you guess? Correct. I worked for hours. You use I as the subject. I worked for hours. We use I. Let's take another example. Which sentence is correct? I rode the bus. Me rode the bus. Yes, I rode the bus is the correct sentence because we use I. You cannot use me rode the bus. It's not good to hear that you will say me rode the bus. It's nice to hear I rode the bus. I is the subject, rode the bus is our predicate. Let's move on. Okay, let's try this. Using I and me. Use I and me to complete each sentence. Number 1. Blank have a smart dog. What do you think? Is it I or me? is I because it is the subject of the sentence. Number 2, Smarty and Blanc play catch. Remember, if you are talking of another person and yourself, you're going to use I. So the answer is I. Smarty and I play catch. Number 3, Smarty brings Blanc the ball. Take a look at the word brings. It is an action word. So what do you think? Is it I or me? Yes, it is me. Smarty brings me the ball. Number 4. Then Smarty gives Blanc his paw. Take a look at the word gives. It is an action word. So what are we going to use? Yes, it's me. Then Smarty gives me his paw. And number 5, Smarty and Blanc shake hands. You are talking of another person and yourself. So you're going to use I. So I hope you understand how to use I and me in a sentence. Different kinds of pronouns. We have pronouns used as subjects. You should remember this, children. Pronouns used as subjects or in the beginning of our sentence. These are I, he, she, we, they. And we have pronouns used after actions. After actions like me, him, her, us, and them. Let's do it. Underline the pronoun in the parentheses that can take the place of the underlined word or words. Number 1. Where did you get cheese? Doris asked. Doris is the underlined word. So what pronoun are you going to use? Is it she or they? Yes, it's she because Doris is a girl. So she. Number 2. I bought the cheese. Morris said the cheese is the underlined word. So what pronoun are you going to use? It is it. Number 3. Morris also gave Horace and Boris cheese. Horace and Boris. Is it her or them? Yes, it's them. Number 4. Horace, Boris, and Doris thank Morris. So what it is? They or us? Yes, it's they. Number 5. My friends are welcome, said Morris. Is it he or you? Yes, it is you. Let's try another one. Hey, let's try this. Different kinds of pronouns. Write the pronoun from the box that can be used in place of the underlined word or words. We have him, they, and them. Number 1. The mice of Mouse School held a kindness week. The mice of Mouse School is the underlined words. And number 2. The mice children would not tease cats. Cats, the underlined word. And number 3, the mice picked Melvin Mouse as leader. Melvin Mouse is the underlined words. Next, you're going to circle the pronoun that can take the place of the underlined word or words. Number 4. Melvin spoke kind words to the cats. Melvin. Is it she, he, or it? Number 5. You will not diss cats. Ask Cassie Cat. Cats. Is it we, they, or us? And number 6. That's nice, but this week is Chase Mice week. This week, is it she, it, or them? Give yourself a time to answer this before I revealed the answer. Here is the answer. In number 1, the mice of Mouse's school, it's they. And cats, it's them. And Melvin Mouse, it's him. And number 4, Melvin, it's he. And number 5, cats, us. And number 6, this week, it is it. Moving on to the next topic, lesson 11, using capital letters. When do we use capital letters? At the beginning of a sentence, names of people, names of places, for the word I, days of the week, and months of the year. Let's do it. Read the sentence. Rewrite each sentence with the correct use of capital letters. Sentence number 1. We eat turkey at Thanksgiving. We eat turkey at Thanksgiving. Next, winter break starts in December. Winter break starts in December. Next, I shared the cake with my friend and Mark. Next, my birthday is in March. How are you going to write these sentences? Here's the answer. Begin your sentence in a capital letter. So you need to write we, start with capital letter W, and the Thanksgiving because it is a name of holiday. Next, winter break starts in December. You have to write winter in a capital letter. The beginning of the word winter, the W, you should write it in a capital letter. And the name of the month, which is December. Next, remember we use capital letters if you're using I as a subject. And of course, Mark as a name of a person. Next, my birthday is in March. So begin always your sentence in a capital letter. So we write my in a capital letter M and then a small y. And then the name of the month, which is March. Let's move on to your lesson 12, prepositions and prepositional phrases. Prepositions. A preposition is a word such as on, from, with, in, and for. Prepositions are used to link nouns and pronouns. The words linked to are called objects. The words linked to are called objects. Take a look at this sentence. The cat is under the table. Cat is the noun. Under is the prepositions. Table is the object. I have here some list of prepositions. Let me read it to you. Above, at, like, across, before, near, after, behind, of, against, below, off, along, beyond, over, among, by, through, around, down, with. How about a prepositional phrase? Prepositional phrase consists of a preposition, its object, and any modifiers. I repeat, prepositional phrase consists of a preposition, its object, and any modifiers. Example, under the tree, beneath the tree, near the tree, beside the tree, below the tree, by the tree. These are all prepositional phrases. Take a look at this. Near the tree. Near is the preposition, tree is our object. When you combine these two, near the tree, we will come up into a prepositional phrase. Let's do it. Circle the preposition in each sentence. Say a new sentence using each preposition. Number 1. Cecilia smells beans bubbling on the stove. Number 2. She drew a picture in the sand. Number 3. Chica and I walk around the front yard. And number 4. Cecilia fills the living room with balloons. Next, you are going to write the prepositional phrase in the sentence. Say other prepositional phrases that could replace it. In number 5, I like talking with my friends. Let me see if your answers are correct. Next, let's mark the letter of the preposition in each sentence. I'm so glad that you really understand our past lesson. Now, let us move on to your writing lesson. Let us first recall how to write a friendly letter. If you remember in our story, Dear Juno, Juno wrote a letter for his grandmother who lives in Korea. I have here a friendly letter. Let me read it to you and let's find out the different parts of a friendly letter. October 3, 2011. Dear Tracy, I learned that hand signals are often used to communicate. Police officers use hand signals to direct traffic. Friends wave hello and goodbye. People signal to communicate with their pets. I hope you can visit my school's website because you can see my pictures about hand signals. Your friend, Carl. Carl started writing his letter. He wrote the date and then he wrote the greeting. This part should always be first. Next, Carl used his chart to write the body. He made sure to write his main idea first so Tracy will know what he is writing about. Then he wrote his details to clearly explain the main idea. His details are examples. At the end, Carl wrote to show his thinking and feelings. Last, Carl remembered to write the closing and the signature. The order of details can matter. If details explained what happened first, next, and last, we write the details that way. Good writers think about other kinds of details too. They ask themselves if the details only make sense when a certain one is first, another one next, and then one last. So we have five parts of a friendly letter. We have the date, the greeting, the body, the closing, and the signature. After knowing to write a friendly letter, let's move on how to write a narrative poem. I have here an example of a narrative poem. It's Silver Snake's Journey. Silver Snake journeyed to visit a friend. Something stopped him before the end. A big blue lake was in front of him. Silver found what he needed to swim. First, he tied a red balloon on his tail. Then he bit a stick with a bag for a sail. Soon, Silver felt happy swimming away. He and his friend would have a good day. In writing a narrative poem, one feature of this is you know the rhyming words. So where are the rhyming words in this narrative poem? Friend and. How about the rhyming word for him? Swim. How about for tail? It's a sail. And away, they. All the underlined words are called rhyming words. And this is an example of a narrative poem. I will give you another one. I have here another example of a narrative poem. Try to think of a word that rhymes with the underlined word. Let me read it to you. I bumped my head when I was looking under my blank. I was looking for my shoe because it was brand blank. My sister said she had not seen it. I think she put it in the fire blank. Maybe I should check in my box. Maybe it was taken by a blank. Wherever it happens to be, I hope my brother gives it back to blank. So let's see. I bumped my head when I was looking under my bed. Head, bed. I was looking for my shoe because it was brand new. Shoe, new. My sister said she had not seen it. I think she put it in the fire pit. It, pit. Maybe I should check in my box. Maybe it was taken by a fox. Box, fox. Wherever it happens to be, I hope my brother gives it back to me. Be me. Let us read the words. Head, bed. Shoe, new. It, pit. Box, fox. Be, me. These are called rhyming words. In writing a narrative poem, you should learn how to use rhyming words. I hope that you learned a lot in this video. That's all for today, and see you again to our English lesson. Good luck!